Okay, so we are going to go straight into it and go, how do you feel about the final being on Sunday? How has this week been in training? Has it felt different? Do you think the coaches have been like Aggie?
I'm really excited.
Ooh.
I'm really, really excited. I think the vibe this year is a little bit different to last year. I think I don't know what it is, but like, training this week as well has been really, really fun. Everyone's been really up for it, bringing the energy.
Why do you think it's been different from last year? That's interesting.
Yeah, it's just like the general feeling, and then I don't know. I think we all just off the back of last year, pretty much everyone in that team that was in the team this year was there last year, and they experienced that feeling in the semi-finals. So I think we're kind of like we need to just get to the final and just play good rugby. But also, I think we've been on a roll. Like we're flowing. It feels so nice.
So
I'm excited.
tell your face.
Yeah. I don't think it kicks in for me until like the actual day before. Like even the semi-final, everyone's like, how do you feel? I'm like, I'm all right.
I was like
I'm good.
that before the semis.
Yeah, and I feel like even with this final, it's not kicked in. I don't feel like we're playing a final this weekend. I feel like in training, nothing's different. We don't change anything. As you should. I don't think you should ever change anything.
We've changed loads. If any Gloucester-Hartpury fans and players are listening, we've changed loads. So we're coming.
Yes. There's things bubbling in people, like not negatively bubbling, but like you can, everyone's getting a bit hyped.
It's like on a 3 and when you're like boiling your water.
Yeah,
it's
like you
simmering.
can.
Yeah.
Training was good. But you can see it in people's face. Do you know what I mean? I can't actually explain it.
Yeah, Kelsey is someone that really, like, I just can't be around because she just gets so...
Right, her and skills.
She gets so
skills
excited.
Is crazy.
She's like, it's finals week. And I'm like, yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah. Like, we're not playing till Sunday.
Marley was the same.
Yeah, Marley,
Marley was running around like, I was thinking I have not seen this before. And even in the changing room, she was skipping conversations left, right and centre.
Yeah.
I hadn't got a clue what was going on.
Bridget, she sprinted in our conditioning.
I know. On the last rep.
Last rep, she just zoomed. Me just like, hold up.
We did extra conditioning at the end of skills yesterday as Red Roses players leading into the Six Nations, and me, Zoe and Marley did it together, and the last rep we went and then we were all running together. Me and Zoe were running a further distance, and then Marley just literally sprinted the last 100, and we were like, what are you doing? She was like, oh well, you know. And we were like,
what about you? I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm actually all right.
It was
our
so
captain, everyone.
Marley Packer doing it for the Saracens shirt.
Leaf in the front.
Yeah. But it is funny. I do find it interesting. People's energies, people's like feelings, emotions. Like some people you can just tell it hasn't affected them. Yeah, you, Zoe. And then some people like Kelsey, Marley, you know, they're really getting up for it. But it's just, I think it's interesting, and that's what I like about team sport is that everyone is so individual and you come together on that last day to hopefully perform. But it takes every individual to have that build up that they need to be the best on Sunday. But I can't be around them sometimes.
I can't be around that. I can't be around like
it's tiring.
No, I agree. Like we've got a long way to go till Sunday.
Yeah.
But I guarantee like on Sunday there'll be very different people in the changing room as well.
True.
Yeah.
Well, we can go on to the changing room. It's a nice little segue there. So obviously the final is at StoneX, which we are very happy to have.
Yeah.
However, we finished second in the league, which meant we didn't get the priority of the changing room. So Gloucester-Hartpury do have the home changing room.
Have it.
Yeah.
Have it.
Just a change
nice.
room. Do you know what? The other one's actually really
Enjoy
nice.
yourself.
Yeah.
Enjoy yourself.
So
enjoy the seats, you know what I mean?
we went into the away change room yesterday for training, obviously to get everyone, and I think we're doing it for the rest of the week for everyone to get ready and used to it. But actually, I do agree. There's 2 rooms.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. It's massive.
Yeah.
And also, as we were saying, there's worse changing rooms we've been in.
There is.
They were nice. I don't mind them.
Leicester Tigers change room, sorry, are awful.
Oh,
that bench. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The mud in the showers.
Yeah.
Don't get me into that.
No, but it's actually not too bad.
No, it's really not. I think we're just being princesses sometimes. But it's really not that bad.
And I do think our management team, like shout out to Mel and Will, I think they're going to make the changing room super special and make it feel like it is.
I think Mel's really excited.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. She said to us, did I walk in with you? I walked in with you.
Yeah.
And she said, Mel was like, every training session I'm going to add something like extra. So like for people to notice. So she's going to add like little bits.
That woman is actually the cutest one.
She is so cute.
Also, all finals are played at different venues. So it's like you'd be in a different changing room anyway. Like, have you ever been in a final that you've been in your home changing room?
No.
Oh yeah. So
what's the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, to be fair, when the final that I played for Quins and it was at Northampton, that away changing room is tiny as well.
Pants. Yeah.
Pants.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's pants.
I don't think a changing room really affects me.
No.
Like, it doesn't really matter, does it? Like, you're just getting changed.
Yeah.
And then
you're in and you're out.
Yeah, you're in and you're out.
But yeah, anyway. Anyone that you are worried, concerned, not concerned, that's not really the right word because I'm not concerned about anyone, but, that might be a big threat for the final for Gloucester-Hartpury?
Not worried about anyone.
Go on, son.
Yeah.
Worried about myself.
Oh.
I don't even mean it like that. Just like worry about yourself, no one else, do you know what I mean? Gosh, that sounded awful. Obviously, they do have threats. They do have good threats. They have good players. There's we know what Mo Hunt can do. And I don't want to give away all our tactics, our secrets of what we've been doing or like what
no, that's fine. I think they have, I can help you. I think they have many threats. I think, like you said, Mo Hunt, Zoe Allcroft, I think is a fantastic line-out caller. I mean, I think we have, very good line-out callers in Gabby, Lou and Rosie to compare. And then obviously Singer's leading point scorer, I think, is a big threat with either the opportunity to go for points if they get penalties, and then obviously if they get tries, she has that ability. Not that you don't have that ability, Zoe, obviously.
Telling them that.
You have the ability to do that too. But I think, actually, woman for woman, player for player, I think...
Lady for lady.
Lady for lady.
Ladies.
I think it's very good head-to-heads, personally.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
I think it's actually going to be such a good game of rugby.
Yeah. You want to tell Dave Ward, or...? Speechless. Speechless.
Nah, I'm just not going to say anything. I think it's going to be a good game of rugby. There's a lot of head-to-heads, as you said, and there's a lot of talented players on the pitch. This is also a final leading into a Six Nations, and there's various people that play for different countries. There's also, like, for instance, our Canadians, and I don't know who Gloucester-Hartpury have, if they have, like, Americans, Canadians. They'll be going off to their Pac 4 stuff, but it's like the big thing. Obviously, it's the big thing of the season, but it's also before some big tournaments.
Yeah.
So I think it is an exciting game. And also Saracens is a big club, and Gloucester have been on the two, like they're on their 3-peat. So it's now two big clubs going head to head as well.
Yeah, for sure. I think also, Bridge, you might have more insight in this, but I think, yes, they have a lot going for it because they want to do the 3, win it for the 3rd time. But obviously Lenny is leaving and you've been coached by Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny's been there for like a while now, and I guess he was the coach that came in and transformed Gloss from just a Premiership team to a top 4 team, and then a winning team.
Yeah.
And he's done really well for the squad, and I obviously think the girls love him. But it's going to be really interesting that this is obviously his last one.
So I think it's going to be
out.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be.
Before then, he was at Hartpury, so he's like been there for ages.
Oh wow!
He coached the boys Bucks team as well before he moved to the women. So
can I also give him a shout out? He was my lecturer back in Hartpury.
Go on.
And he actually saved me from getting in trouble so many times. So I actually kind of have a special place in my heart for that man.
He was
no
my
one really
college
knows it,
one.
but like whenever we play each other, it's like one of them, like,
yeah.
Right, Lenny.
Hey, my mum, like,
hey, how you
also
doing?
loves him.
Yeah, go on, tell the story. Go on, tell the story.
Basically, at Hartpury, because you're in college or under 18, if you leave, you have to let them know that you've left. Every Friday, I went back home. Every Friday, my mum forgot to sign me out. every Friday she gets a call from Lenny at 10 p.m. Karen, Zoe with you? Yeah, I'm really sorry, Lenny. She's actually back home again. It's just like he just knew he had to pick up the phone, but he could have just signed me out anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I think, that could be a downside to them, a bit of pressure, more pressure on them to hopefully send them off in the right way.
It's good to be the underdog.
It is, you're right.
It is good to be the underdog.
But going back to more like focusing on maybe what we can do, how or where do you think we need to improve for the semi? Obviously, you don't have to give the tactics. I understand it's quite a hard thing to talk about, but where maybe in the Quins game do you think we lost our way, that maybe an opposition can, get... Because obviously they've watched that game, obviously.
You'd hope.
Yeah, well...
I think the obvious is penalty count, isn't it? And that's not a secret. I think everyone's been talking about that. So, yeah, just penalty count. We just need to be squeaky clean and disciplined and, well, that's literally it, isn't it? Otherwise, we hurt ourselves.
I also think from the game and how we said about how we felt and stuff, I think everyone was excited. And we actually brought some great rugby on show and we'd do something fantastic. And then we'd try add to that thing that was fantastic and just completely kill it.
Yeah.
Like just force a pass. Or just, I don't know, like
50-50s,
50-50s, just something that wasn't necessary, which killed what we just did.
Yeah.
And I think once we do something, be okay with that and don't force the next thing.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
I think Ellie and I discussed it last week, basically saying that like the semi-final gives that illusion that it's a bit more like pressure than, because you want to get to the next stage, which is the final. And, now we're in the final. I agree. I'm not saying that we should give those 50-50s or those offloads, but I think everyone can just be like, right, okay, well, like, I'm just going to do this and I'm going to do this to my best ability. And if that means that I'm going to carry and I'm going to carry hard, I'm not going to give that offload. I want to do that because I need to put the team in the better place to then be able to score. Where I think in a semi-final, you want to keep doing the extra thing because you're like, we need to win, we need to get to the next stage. Whereas
it's
in the
like
final,
you're on a time limit.
Yeah, no, literally. Where in the final, you're like, okay, well, I'm here now. Like, I'm comfortable. Like, I've just got to do my job.
Win. Yeah. Well, you just got to win in the semi. But I know what you mean.
Yeah.